Hello guys, and welcome back to another prediction. This time I want to talk about the possible box office performance of Cars 3. As always, let's start things off with a point which works in favor for a good box office performance of the movie. First of all, I want to name the box office history of the Cars franchise. While Cars was never a member of the very high grossing animated franchises, the original Cars and the follow-up movie Cars 2 both earned some profit back for the production companies and are definitely not small movies, with $462 million earned for Cars back in 2006 and $562 million earned for Cars 2 back in 2011. When this trend continues with Cars 3, it's very possible that the movie will gross north of $600 million worldwide. The next thing that I want to name is the expanding overseas market for animated movies. Don't get me wrong, the overseas market is expanding for every genre. But to be honest, I feel like animated movies are the projects which profit from this development the most. Cars 2 grossed $370 million from overseas markets back in 2011, and in the 6 years since then, the overseas market has become much bigger. When everything works well, it could happen that Cars 3 earns the worldwide gross of Cars 2 just from overseas markets, without the domestic gross. Now to the aspects which are not working in favor for Cars 3. First of all, I want to name the competition that Cars 3 has to face. While it will be totally without competition when it opens on the 16th of June, already on its third weekend, Cars 3 has to face the animated giant Despicable Me 3, which I made a prediction on a few days ago, which could gross up to $1.25 billion worldwide. This movie will hurt Cars 3, and it doesn't matter how good Cars 3 will be and how good the marketing towards the movie will be. Despicable Me 3 will hurt the movie. On the fourth weekend of Cars 3's run, it has to face off against Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man was always the superhero franchise where kids were the most included in the audience crowd. 7 or 8 year old boys definitely want to go and see the new Spidey, so Cars 3 will experience another big hit from this movie as well. Very unfortunately, you also have to keep in mind that animated movies always earn their money over the long run. Doesn't matter how big the opening is. Even Finding Dory, the highest grossing animated movie of all time on the domestic market, opened to over $130 million, and it went on to gross a final of $486 million total, because it achieved a great multiplier. Spider-Man Homecoming and Despicable Me 3 will turn the multiplier of Cars 3 down by much. The next thing that I want to name is the very last performance of movies which are produced by Disney and Pixar together. While the last history of Disney productions is absolutely flawless, Cars is produced by Disney and Pixar as well, so we have to take a different look at the project. Finding Dory was a great success at the box office, don't get me wrong. But it only is a hard word right here, but you know what I mean. Grossed $542 million overseas, just 52.7% of its worldwide total gross. This happened because the release schedule for Finding Dory overseas was really not that good, and it hurt the movie's performance tremendously. When something like that happens to Cars 3, the movie will be hurt by much. Alright guys, I will now fade in all aspects that I just counted for a good or bad box office performance of the movie, and I will now start with the pessimistic prediction on Cars 3. When the quality of Cars 3 is not that good, Despicable Me 3 and Spider-Man Homecoming both hit their optimistic predictions and Pixar and Disney are fucking up the release schedule overseas, I can see Cars 3 to actually lose money and grossing less than Cars 2. In this scenario, Cars 3 will open with $55 million, and after a multiplier of 3.2, will finish its domestic performance with $176 million in total, becoming the lowest grossing movie out of the franchise in the domestic market. From overseas territories, Cars 3 will earn a total of $310 million, for a combined worldwide total of $486 million. With an estimated production budget of $150 million at least and marketing costs which will land somewhere around 90 to 100 million, this will be not enough to break even with the overall cost of the movie, and Cars 3 will be considered being a financial failure for the production companies. Let's move on to the realistic prediction. In this scenario, Cars 3 will break even with its overall costs and will outperform its predecessor, Cars 2. In this scenario, Cars 3 will open with 65 million, and after a multiplier of 3.1, will finish its domestic performance with a total of 201.5 million. With this gross, it will land ahead of Cars 2. From overseas territories, Cars 3 will earn a total of 400 million, for a combined worldwide total of $601.5 million. With this gross, Cars 3 will be the first movie out of the franchise to break the $600 million worldwide barrier, and the movie will be considered a success for Pixar and Disney. In the optimistic prediction, Cars 3 will earn even more money. In this scenario, Cars 3 will open with $75 million, and after a multiplier of 3.4, will finish its domestic performance with a total of 255 million. This will put Cars 3 on the number 1 spot when it comes to domestic performances out of the Cars franchise. From overseas territories, Cars 3 will collect an immense $500 million in total, for a combined worldwide cum of 755 million. This worldwide total will outgross Cars 2's worldwide total by nearly 200 million, and Cars 3 will be a great success for Pixar and Disney. The next video will be a prediction about G.O.B.O. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys, it really means a lot to me. When you like this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, since it would really help out this channel big time. Also leave a comment when you want to discuss this topic with me more in detail, and be sure to check out Game of Box Office on Twitter and Facebook. See you soon, guys, more videos to come. Bye bye.